ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone. On the first day I was in Ujjain. The second day I was traveling from Puri to Bhubaneswar. I was in car. The third day I am at my place. So this is my office. You can see the books behind me. All of these are scriptures. So whatever I say, I speak, I refer to these scriptures and then speak. So welcome you all, everyone. So today this is the third session of our Bhagavad Gita series. So actually I wanted to have online. So anyway, maybe next time or next time we'll have physical session. So yeah, so Roshan, you can the so the PPT that just today I have shared with you.
Yes, Professor. Just 1 minute.
Yeah. So by the time we'll share the PPT, we can discuss what we have learned in last session. So we have Sovan. So Sovan, can you recall what we discussed in the last session?
Yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, you have put many misconceptions out in the last session. You have told us about a story that some people used to believe that Lord Jagannath have the heart of Lord Krishna, but it's totally wrong. As God, who is the supreme Lord, he usually do not used to have heart, lungs like us. So like this, you have told many stories related to Lord Krishna.
Okay, very good. Okay, so Sagar Kant, you were there at the last session. Hare Krishna. So you were there in the last session? Hare Krishna. So you were there in the last session?
No.
No, okay, no issues, no issues. And who is this Samsung SM A217F? I don't know. Anyway, so we have Priyanka with us. Priyanka, you were there the last session?
No, sir. No,
Okay,
Guruji. मैं
no
try.
issues. No. Okay, so now we have our PPT. So, Vishwajyoti, you can read.
Bhagavad Gita is also known as Gita Upanishad. It is essence of Vedic knowledge and one of the most important Upanishads in Vedic literature.
Wow. So Bhagavad Gita is also known as Gita Upanishad. Upanishad word is coming from two words, Upa and Nishad. So Nishad means to sit and Upa means to sit close by. Upa means close by and Nishad means to sit. That means Upanishad means when a disciple sits near Guru and then asks some questions regarding spiritual life, and then Guru answers the question. So these conversations are recorded in a book called Upanishads. So there are 108 primary Upanishads and there are secondary Upanishads as well. So Bhagavad Gita is also known as Gita Upanishad because Arjuna is asking question, Krishna is giving answers. Arjuna is sitting close to Krishna. Krishna is clearing his doubts, and it is the essence of Vedic knowledge and one of the most important Upanishads in the Vedic literature. It is said Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dogda Gopal Nandana. If all the Upanishads are compared with the cow, then the milk of this cow is Bhagavad Gita. And who is milking this cow? If all the Upanishads are compared with cow, then the milk of this cow is Bhagavad Gita. And who is milking the cow? So Krishna, Dogda Gopal Nandana. Gopal Nandan, Krishna is milking this cow. And who is relishing this milk? So devotees like Arjun and and all of us are relishing this milk. Can you understand the analogy? What is the analogy? Sovan, what is the analogy?
If the cows are the Upanishad, then the milk is Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna himself is milking the cow, and the devotees are deriving that milk.
Wow, devotees are relishing it. Thank you. Next page. So Priyanka, can you read?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you read?
Of course, in America there are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita available in English, but as far as I have seen, not only in America but also in India, none of them can be strictly said to be authoritatively because in almost every one of them, commentator has expressed his own opinion without touching the spirit and Bhagavad Gita as it is.
Yeah. So Prabhupada is saying that in America there are, not only in America, also in India, there are different varieties or different editions of Bhagavad Gita available. But then none of them can be called authoritative because it is not touching the spirit of Bhagavad Gita. So last time I discussed that there are many scholars who say that Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has spoken Bhagavad Gita, but then they try to speculate that they say that this Kurukshetra is nothing. In reality, there is no Kurukshetra. They say that this human body is compared with Kurukshetra, and the five Pandavas are nothing but the five senses. So this is how they speculate. So Prabhupada is saying there is no question of speculating because things are evident. Today also we'll find there is a place called Kurukshetra, and there are evidences of Mahabharata and Dwarka. So all these things are there. So there is nothing to speculate about. So we need to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. So sometimes commentators they comment on Bhagavad Gita without understanding the spirit of Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes they comment on Bhagavad Gita but try to remove Krishna from the picture. So and sometimes they comment on Bhagavad Gita but their commentary shows or commentary tries to prove that Krishna was not God, Krishna is not God, but he's some ordinary or maybe some great soul who have some knowledge. But that is not the way we need to understand Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita, in every page you'll find Krishna is expressed as Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. That Lord is saying. Say for example, when Dhritarashtra is saying something, it is written Dhritarashtra Uvacha. When Sanjay is saying something, it is written Sanjay Uvacha. When Arjuna is saying something, it is written Arjuna Uvacha. But when Krishna is saying, so Vyasdev should have written Shri Krishna Uvacha, but no, Vyasdev is writing Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So why he is writing like that? It's because he's very much convinced, and he wants to convince us that Krishna is not an ordinary human being or not even a great soul. He is not even a demigod. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. So, but most of the commentators have not touched this spirit of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Next. We have Shubhra. Read it. Shubhra. Oh, Shubhra is also not there. Okay. Then we have Soumya. Can you read it?
Ji Guruji. Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
We cannot take the medicine according to our own wish or the direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the direction of the level or the direction given by the physician. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is directed by the speaker himself.
Yeah. So last time also we discussed this point, that when we are referring to Bhagavad Gita, so when Krishna is giving Bhagavad Gita, so we are commenting on Bhagavad Gita, so we should accept what Krishna is saying. So if we disregard what Krishna is saying and try to present what I think, then why there is a need to comment on Bhagavad Gita? I can write my own book. So that is not the right way. So if we need to understand Bhagavad Gita, we need to accept whatever Krishna is saying as it is, without any adulteration, without any speculation. Yeah. Next. Yeah. Ashish, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Shri Krishna. He is mentioned on every page of Bhagavad Gita as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan.
Yeah. So as I said, that on every page of Bhagavad Gita, whenever Dhritarashtra is saying something, it is written Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Sanjay is saying something, it is written Sanjay Uvacha. Arjuna is saying something, it is written Arjuna Uvacha. But whenever Krishna is saying something, it is written Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So first we need to understand, why should we accept Bhagavad Gita? Because Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by any mundane human being. Otherwise, why do we refer to Bhagavad Gita? Why should we take Bhagavad Gita as authority? Why should we accept Bhagavad Gita if it is written by ordinary human being like us? So we need to understand that we are accepting Bhagavad Gita not because it is written by some great human being. We are referring to Bhagavad Gita because it is said by the God directly, Bhagavana. And the word itself means Bhagavad Gita. Gita means song. Whose song? Bhagavan's song. Bhagavad Gita, song of God. That means God is speaking about himself. So tell me, if I want to know, say for example, I want to know about Vishwajyoti. So Vishwajyoti, who is the right person to tell me best about you? Who can tell me best?
My parents can say about me.
Huh?
Yes. Parents can say about me the best.
Yeah, parents will come on number 2. Is it not?
Best friend, sir.
Yeah. First of all, if you want to know about me,
Guruji, he himself.
he himself. Yeah. So first of all, if somebody wants to know about me, I myself is the first person to tell. And then second person who is the second person? Whoever loves me can tell me more about me. Therefore, if I want to know something about Krishna, then who is the right person? Number one, Krishna himself. And number two, those who are in love with Krishna. So those who are lover of God, so they can tell something about God. So number one, Lord himself tells about him. That is called Bhagavad Gita. So there are two books actually. Number one is Bhagavad Gita, and another is Srimad Bhagavatam. So this entire set that I have is Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'll just a minute. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you see? So this is the book. There are 12 cantos in Srimad Bhagavatam. So two books are very authoritative. Number one, Bhagavad Gita. Number two, Srimad Bhagavatam. What's the difference? In Bhagavad Gita, God himself is telling about himself. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, the devotees who actually love God tells about. So as you said that we ourselves can tell us best about ourselves, number one. And as Mr. Jyoti said, like our parents can tell us about us because they love us, they know us. So there are two types of Krishna Katha. One is spoken by Krishna himself, and another is spoken about Krishna. Himself spoken means that's Bhagavad Gita, and about him is Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so what are the two books? Vinayak, what are the two books? Yeah,
Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam.
Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Wonderful. Next. Yeah. Okay. So who can read? So we have Vinayak, can you read?
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, as it confirmed by all great
Great Acharyas.
sorry Guruji. Great Acharyas, spirituals, masters like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhavacharya, Nimbakara Swami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and many other authorities of Vedic knowledge in India. The Lord himself also establishes himself as the supreme personality of Godhead in the Bhagavad Gita, and he is accepted as such in Brahma Samhita and all the Puranas, especially in Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Bhagavata Purana.
Krishnastu
Krishna
Bhagavan
to
Swayam. Okay.
Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam.
Yeah. So Shri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, as it is confirmed by all the great acharyas. So see, it is not that sometimes people ask that since you are in ISKCON, so you say that Krishna is the supreme God. But it's not we that we have manufactured this philosophy. The great acharyas like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbark Swami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there are great authorities like this who have confirmed that the Supreme Lord is Sri Krishna. Like you must have heard about the name of Shankaracharya. They say, Shankaracharya says, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam, Bhaj Mudamate. Oh foolish people, you worship Lord Govinda. You engage yourself in devotion service of Lord Govinda, because at the end time, your knowledge of words and grammar will not work. Samprapte sannahiti marane nahi nahi rakshati dukach karne. He says that your knowledge of Sanskrit, your knowledge of Shastras, your knowledge of poetry, your knowledge of grammar, your knowledge of vocabulary, so it's not going to help you at the time of death. Therefore, take shelter of Lord Krishna alone. Similarly, Ramanujacharya, all the South Indian temples like Tirupati, Anant Padmanabh, Rameshwaram, so they are all under the care of this Ramanuj Acharya Sampradaya, the devotees in the lineage of Sri Ramanuj Acharya. So he was one of the great acharyas. Then there was Madhvacharya. You must have heard about the name Udupi. So it's in South Indian, in Karnataka. So Udupi. So that temple was established by Madhvacharya. So he was a great scholar. He was incarnation of wind god, Pavan Dev. Then Nimbarka Swami in Vrindavan, he's very famous. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Bengal is very famous. So like this, so it's not that we are accepting Lord Krishna as God, but all these great acharyas have accepted Krishna as God. And not only this, the Lord himself also established himself as Supreme Personality of Godhead in Bhagavad Gita. So it's not that only these acharyas are saying about that Krishna is God. Krishna himself saying, Aham sarvasya prabhu matta sarvam pravartate. Everything is emanating from me. It is said in, how many of you have heard about Jagannath Ashtakam? Someone knows Jagannath Ashtakam? So one, you
Yes,
must be
Guruji.
knowing Jagannath. Yeah. Do you remember the first verse?
Guruji, I have remembered slokas of Mahadev, not properly all the slokas
Okay,
of
no issue.
Lord
Okay.
Vishnu.
So yeah. Anyone else who says? Okay. So the first verse of Jagannath Ashtam goes like this. Kadachit kalende tata vipina sangi taravo muda bire nari badana kamala swad madhupaha Rama Shambhu Brahma Varapati Ganesharchita Pado Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu Me. So what this is written by Shankaracharya actually. So Shankaracharya is saying Rama Shambhu Brahma Marapati Ganesharchita Pado. So Rama means Lakshmi, Rama Shambhu means Lord Shiva, Rama Shambhu Brahma, Brahma means Lord Brahma, Amarpati, like Amarpati means demigods, Devta, there are 33 crore Devta, Amarpati, Rama Shambhu Brahma Amarpati Ganesh, and Lord Ganesha, Archit Pado. Archit means does worship. Whose Pado? Jagannath Swami. So it's not that only these great authorities are accepting Krishna and the Supreme Lord, but also Lord Krishna himself is declaring, and he is accepted as such in the Brahma Samhita. It is written by Lord Brahma, and all the Puranas, especially in the Srimad Bhagavad Purana. And what Bhagavad Purana says, Krishnastu Bhagavan, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. So the question is, why should we accept Bhagavad Gita? Because Bhagavad Gita is not written by any mundane human being, it is spoken by God. And who is that God? Lord Shri Krishna. Is ISKCON people accepting Krishna as God? No. The great spiritual master, the great acharyas like Shankaracharya, Ramacharya, Madhvacharya, etc. have accepted him. And not only that they are accepting him as God, but he himself is not saying, no, I am not God. No. Krishna himself saying, I am God. And not only that, all the scriptures like Brahma Samhita and Puranas, especially the Bhagavad Puran, accept him as the Supreme Personality of God. And therefore, his words are authoritative. And therefore, we are referring to Bhagavad Gita. I'll give one more beautiful analogy for you to understand better. So, for example, what is the age of a newspaper? Who can tell? What is the age of a newspaper?
24 hours.
Huh? Ishwar? What is the age of a newspaper?
24 hours.
24 hours. Wonderful. The age of newspaper is 24 hours. And interestingly, what is the age of Bhagavad Gita? It's coming down from time immemorial. Not only that, we read newspaper, and today what the newspaper that you have read, you don't want to read it tomorrow. Because tomorrow, the next day you'll keep samosa and eat on it. No value at all. But the Bhagavad Gita, it's coming down from ages, and again people are reading. And the more you read, the more realization you get. The more you go deeper into it, the more understanding develops. Interestingly, just see, I'll just give you a very wonderful news means NEW, new means something new, naya, and news means in plural. That means every day you're going to get something new. Is it not? And therefore it is called news. Make sense? News means NEWS. News means everything new you are going to get. From where you are going to get? From north, from east, from west, and from south. News, NEWS. So that is the meaning of the word news. Everything you're going to get around the globe, you're going to get something new. From north, you're going to get something new. From west, you're going to get something new. So from east, you're going to get something new. From south, you're going to get something new. So that is the understanding of news. But you know what? Have you ever observed when you read newspaper, what do you think? You say, वही रोज रोज का इन्फ्लेशन, महंगाई बढ़ रही है. Then you say, वही रोज रोज का मर्डर, वही रोज रोज का रेप होता है, वही रोज रोज करप्शन होता है. So you read newspaper and it becomes boring. Have you observed that? So every day corruption is taking place, but in a newer way. Every day somebody is killing someone, murdering someone in a new way. Everybody is raping in a new way. But you get frustrated and say, "Arey yaar, वही रोज रोज की खबर." So although the word is news, new, but you become frustrated. It become really boring. But interestingly, Bhagavad Gita, same 700 verses are coming down from at least 5,000 years. No addition at all. You will not find any, 5th edition, 8th edition, 10th edition. Why? Because this knowledge is not becoming obsolete, and there is nothing new to be added in it. It's complete, and therefore the same Bhagavad Gita is coming down. But every time you read, every time you get newer realization. So how contrast it is. What a irony that news, although the name is news, but every day same boring news, boring information. But Bhagavad Gita apparently so old, but every time when you read it, you get something new. So this is why it is so, because it is transcendental literature. It is spiritual literature. Spiritual means it looks like that there's the same book coming down from Egypt. But the reality is, because it is spiritual, every time it is going to give you newer and new realization. And why it is spiritual? Because it is come from the mouth of Lord Shri Krishna. Okay. Now I have a question for all of you. You know from where Vedas are emanating? What is the source of Vedas? From where Vedas are coming up?
No, Prabhuji. No idea.
Anyone? No idea?
From sages.
It has
From
no
sages.
origin.
Yeah, it has no origin, but Veda itself says in some of the Upanishads you'll find, I'll quote it later on. It is said that Vedas are coming from the breath of the Lord. From where Vedas are emanating?
From the breath of the Lord.
From the breath of the Lord. Okay. And from where Bhagavad Gita is emanating?
Mouth of the Lord.
From Sri Krishna.
Yeah, from the lips of the Lord.
From Sri Krishna's
So,
mouth.
yeah. So Shankaracharya is making very interesting comment. He's saying that tell me what is more important, the Vedas or the Bhagavad Gita? He's making this interesting comment. Although there is no comparison, but still he's making an interesting comment. He's saying, which one is more important? The Vedas that is coming from the breath of the Lord, or Bhagavad Gita which is coming directly from the lips of the Lord? You know, when something is breath means it is involuntary, it's going on. But when it comes to Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is himself contemplating and then speaking it to Arjuna. So tell me which one is more important. What do you think? Which one is more important? Ashish, what do you think? Which one is more important?
Both.
Both are important, but Shankaracharya says, Shankaracharya comments that Bhagavad Gita is more important because Lord Krishna, it is coming from the lips of Lord. The nectar is coming down from the lips. You know what is prasad? What is prasad? Jagannath Mahaprasad. What is this Mahaprasad? Why this Mahaprasad is delicious? Can someone say?
It comes from the blessings of Lord.
Yeah.
It comes from the blessings of Lord Jagannath.
It is coming from?
It contains that blessing of Lord Jagannath.
Yeah, blessings. But exactly what the prasad means? Prasad means...
Guruji, the
Because
bhojan
it
that
is
offered to the Lord first.
Yeah, offered means then what Lord did? You offered it to the Lord, and what Lord did?
he ate
What
it and
Lord did?
fulfilled it.
Huh?
Once more.
Do not eat
He
it
ate
at
it
all.
and fulfilled it.
Yeah, Lord first tasted it. Lord first eated it. And then whatever is left, it is called prasad. So prasad become delicious because Lord has tasted it. So here we have prasad. Raj Prasad. Roshan Bro is showing the photograph. he's giving an invitation to all of you. Whenever you'll come to Bhubaneswar, we'll have Raj Prasad for you. So prasada means it is tasted by the Lord and therefore it become delicious. Similarly, when these words are coming from the lotus mouth of the Lord, it becomes even more relishable. So therefore we need, and also as we have already heard, that Shankaracharya is saying the Sarva Upanishado Gavo. All the Upanishads, all the Vedas are compared with the cow, and the essence of the cow is the milk. So Bhagavad Gita contains the milk. And gradually we'll get to know how it is more effective, how it is more penetrating. So we'll take one more slide because I don't know, we have this issues, like we have only 40 minutes with the Zoom. We had this graphy, but unfortunately graphy is not working today. Yeah. So this one slide we'll be taking. So who can read? So we have who can read? Vishwa, you can read.
The Lord informs Arjun that the system of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, was first spoken to the sun god, and the sun god explained it to Manu, and Manu explained it to Ikshavaku. And in the way, by the disciplic succession, one speaker after another, the yoga system has been coming down.
Yeah. Interesting point is that yoga system is coming down in the parampara, the disciplic succession, the chain. Lord Krishna spoke this to sun god. So I was giving one presentation in Utkal University. So one student asked me this question. He said that, sir, why Krishna chose sun god to give this knowledge? There are different. There are many personalities, but why sun god? So as he asked this question, so I quickly remembered, because this similar question was asked to my spiritual master, and I was sitting in that class. So I quickly remember that what my guru said. So actually the reason is why Lord Krishna gave this knowledge to sun god, because actually there are two important dynasties of Kshatriya rulers. The Kshatriya dynasty is coming from two, sun and the moon. Okay, sun and moon. So from sun and moon, this Kshatriya dynasty is coming. And you know what is the role of Kshatriya? The role of Kshatriya is to rule the world. That means Kshatriyas will be the king. So king must be trained up properly, so that if the king is leading an ideal life, leading a life of principle-oriented life, and if king is having spiritual knowledge, spiritual content, he'll be able to take care of a citizen in a better way. And therefore, Lord chose this Kshatriya line. He gave this knowledge to sun god, and also somewhere it has been stated that he has also imparted this knowledge to moon god also. So therefore, Lord Krishna has given this knowledge to the sun god specifically. So this particular understanding appears in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is saying that Arjuna, I have given this knowledge to the sun god, and sun god gave this knowledge to his son Manu, and Manu gave this knowledge to his son Ichvaku, and it is how this knowledge was coming down in succession. But because because of this, because long time has passed by, so this chain has broken, and therefore I am choosing you to speak this. I am choosing you to understand this knowledge. So although this knowledge is old, but Krishna is presenting it to Arjuna to continue the succession. Okay, so knowledge is old. Yoga prokta puratana. Arjun, I am giving this knowledge to you. Yoga prokta, I am speaking it to you. Puratana, it's nothing new. The problem with today's generation is we want everything new. We think new is fine. But when it comes to spiritual process, we need to understand it must be oldest. It must be coming down from time immemorial. Only packaging can be new. The content has to be old wine in new bottles. The more old, the more better. But nowadays, what is happening? People are manufacturing their own system of religion, their own system of meditation, and which is entirely based on speculation. It has nothing to do with Shastra. It has nothing to do with Lord. And therefore, that kind of processes are not very effective. And thus, a living entity remain in ignorance perpetually. But if we refer to the yoga prokta puratana yoga, that which has been spoken by the Lord, nothing new we need to manufacture. Simply we need to understand what Lord is giving down in succession. And then it will make our life perfect. So if anyone have any questions, we can take any questions. Or else in case if this the meeting stops, we can re-enter into the Zoom link. So by the time if someone have any questions, we can take a question.
Prabhuji, I have the same question. I asked you that last time. I read that portion, but I couldn't understand that. But the same thing, like I do the chanting and all. I feel nice, but moreover, like the same thing, I have the speculation like Krishna was a human being with like great. His history was great, and his all ethics was better. Uh, I can't accept him like as a god. I always accept him like someone who is having a great personality and who was so perfect that we are still remembering him in case we fall in some problems. So that's how can I make myself more devoted to him?
Yeah, wonderful question. So everyone understood the question? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Ashish have a very, very wonderful question. Your question is really genuine. So, and I'll take sufficient time to explain your question. Okay. So first we need to understand, have you ever seen a Western conception of God? The Greek concept, or the Egyptian concept? Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't feel interested in something like God. I feel interested in someone who is having something to offer. Like, he can offer me some great ideas. He can offer me some great knowledge or ethics. I take interest in that.
No. I'm not talking about interest. It's fine. Okay.
No,
Okay, you
Guruji,
can
the
mute it
problem.
up. Sound is coming from. Yeah. Any one of you have? Or we need to. Yeah. So any one of you have ever seen a Western concept of God? Western,
Yes,
how
Guruji.
Western? Yeah. What exactly it looks like?
Guruji, I have heard about Zeus, who is compared with Lord Indra.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Another some common conception.
Means,
Tell you.
Guruji, can you explain what's the question?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll explain it to you. Have you ever seen some picture like the Western concept or the Greek concept or the Egyptian concept of God is something like God is sitting on a throne and he have a big beard and he have a big crown and he have a big some kind of stick in his hand, and he's very angry, and he's always there for some judgment, and the moment he'll find you doing something very bad, so he's ready to punish you. Have you ever seen a photograph like this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Have you seen? Vishwa, have you
Yes.
seen?
Every time.
Ashish, have you seen?
Yes,
I
Prabhuji.
haven't.
Yeah. So interestingly, now that is their understanding of God. Why I'm talking to you? Because Ashish, my explanation will cover all your points. Our understanding of God in Vedic realm is very different. Their understanding of God is Ramesh Chandraji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. So our understanding of God is like there are different ways by which people approach to God. Some approach God out of fear. Some approach God out of desire. Some approach God out of sense of duty. But there are rarely very few those who approach God out of love. Now, in a way, they go to God, accordingly, they have portrayed an image of God. Say, for example, the Western conception essentially includes Abrahamic religions, either Christianity or Islam. So, Islam is like little more tougher in this regard. So, their understanding of God is a judge, and he'll judge your good and bad deeds. And if you'll do something bad, he'll send you to hell. If you'll do something good, he'll send you to heaven. That's it. But in their conception, there is no image of God as it's. They do not have any image of God. Well, fine. If you come to Christianity, so they also have this kind of understanding, but their understanding is little like God is a father, and but still he's a judge. So they make a portrait of God like God is sitting on a throne, having a crown, having big beards, and he's seeing us from top. Similarly, different Egyptian and Greek concepts also goes like that. But you know what is our understanding of God? Our understanding of God is not a judge. God is a lover. And he's not there to judge us. He is there to love us. He's not there to punish us. He's there to take care of us. He is not there to find faults in us. He is there to find a spark of devotion in us and to fan that spark so that we can come back to him. So that means our understanding of God is very clear, that God is not a person with angry mood. Rather, he is the personification of love and affection. Is this very clear to all of you? We need to be very particular about what we are actually learning. Our understanding of God is not of a judge, because this is not the function of God to judge people. Because judgment is a very mundane concept. If, say, for example, if somebody have dealt with me in a bad way, I can see the face value, I can judge the person that this person is bad. But why this person is dealing with me like this? Because there must be something within his heart which is creating trouble to him. He's facing something. He's going through something which is very bad and very inappropriate. And therefore, he is reacting in certain ways. So what to say of God? Even those who are saintly people, they do not see bad in others. They do not find faults in others. And just like see Lord Jesus Christ, when he was being crucified, he was saying, God, please forgive them, for they are not knowing what they are doing. Please forgive them. Just imagine a situation when Jesus Christ was being crucified. He was dealt so brutally, but still within his heart, he was having overwhelming love for the people. So this is the advanced concept that a relationship with God is on the platform of love. So that is our understanding of God. And therefore you see, the Western image of God is his angry man, old man, with a stick in his hand and always there to punish you. But our understanding, our paintings of God goes like Krishna with a beautiful three-bended form, playing flute, all around with his girlfriends, enjoying life. Why is it so? Because our understanding of God is very different. Just see this sweet form of the Lord. So why we need to understand this? Because our understanding is not based on speculation. Our understanding of God is based on scriptures. We are not speculating how God looks like. We are simply relying upon the words of Vyasadeva. He is explaining to us what exactly God is. Say, for example, when Lord Krishna was a small child, he shows universal form in his mouth. So that is, and when Krishna was on the field of Kurukshetra, he expanded himself into the entire universal form, just to tell Arjuna, see, this is me, and everything is comprising in me. Krishna is lifting Govardhana, with which Roshan, you can bring that photograph. Krishna is lifting Govardhana with his left hand and left finger. Left hand and the leftist finger, which is the small finger. Why left hand and why leftist finger, like leftmost finger? हम बोलते हैं ना ऐसे हिंदी में कहावत है, ये उल्टे हाथ का खेल है, ये मेरे बाएं हाथ का खेल है. It's very easy to me. Left hand and left finger, just to show that I can lift up this entire mountain on my left finger. So we need to understand, can any human being do like that? No. We sing a song, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivar Dhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. So it is said, Gopi Jana Vallabha Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. So we are worshipping Radha Madhav. Kunja Bihari, he resides in Vrindavan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. And the interesting point is, he is Gopi Jana Vallabha. So Gopi Jana Vallabha means he is the lover of so many gopis. So you know what? People want to copy Krishna. Krishna kare to Ras Leela, hum kare to character Leela. They say like this, is it not? So everybody wants what they want. Just like Krishna is interacting with so many gopis, so let me also have so many girlfriends. In the morning, I'll go around with someone else. In the afternoon, I'll go around with someone else. In the evening, I want someone else. Is it not, Ashish? So we all have that instinct within us. but this song is clearly explaining, yes, you can be Gopi Jana Vallabha. Yeah, if you want so many gopis, go ahead, no issues. But then what do you need to do? Girivardhari. You can be Gopi Jana Vallabha only if you are Girivardhari. So if you can lift a mountain, just like Krishna did, so you can have many gopis also. So why this Shastra, Srimad Bhagavatam, is explaining about God. You know what? There are 12 cantos in Srimad Bhagavatam. The 10th canto discussing with the Krishna Lila. To make us understand Krishna Lila, there are 9 cantos before that, just to explain what exactly Krishna is. Like it is explaining how this entire creation is coming from the will of the God. How this atom and molecules are expanded. How in each an atom, each molecule, there is the presence of Supreme Lord. How he's taking different incarnations and protecting this entire planet. He has taken different incarnations. Matsya avatar. It is said by Jayadev Goswami from Odisha. There was a great poet, Jayadev Goswami. Pralayopayodhi jale dhritvanasi vedam vihitavahitra charitramakhedam keshavadhrita meena sharira jaya jagadish hare jaya jagadish hare jaya jagadish hare. How many of you heard this song? Keshavadhrita meena sharira. So who is Keshava? Lord Krishna. He accepted the form of a fish. And you know what was the size of the fish? Entire ocean became small in front of that fish. Don't think this is mythology. This is history. Keshavadhrita kurma sharira. Keshavadhrita narahari rupa. Keshavadhrita. The Lord Krishna is accepting these forms. So why scriptures explain this to us? To tell us what is God. He's sitting in everyone's heart. You can see in this picture. Ish sarvasva chaha midisanna vishto. I am sitting in everyone's heart. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridaya Arjun tishtati. Oh Arjun, Lord is sitting in everyone's heart. So these are not speculations. So Krishna is not just a great human being. He is the Supreme Lord. We need to understand why. Because otherwise, what understanding do we have of God? What God does, what he looks like, we have complete understanding. And that is the beauty of our scriptures. We are not confined to speculations. We are not confined to speculations. We are not speculating what God looks like. Shastra says, Namami Shwaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Go Kule Bhrajamanam. Namami Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam. His Rupa is Satchidanandamay. His form is not material. This knowledge is available nowhere. No, in none of the theologies, this idea is complete. Interestingly, you'll find, like Bible says, God created man in his own image. God created man in his own image. This is the word of Bible. And if you'll read Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter, so Krishna showed his universal form. And then after universal form, Arjun requested, kindly show me your four-handed form. And then Krishna appeared in his four-handed form. And then you know what Arjun said? Arjun said, Krishna, I want to see your real form. And then Krishna appeared in his two-handed form and said, Arjun, this is the original form. All other forms are expansions, but this is the original form. So can you correlate by the words of Bible and the words of Bhagavad Gita? Bible says God created man in his own image, and Bhagavad Gita and Krishna is saying, Arjun, this two-handed form is the original form of mine. Is it not correlating? There is a description of Jehovah in Jewish religion, Jewish theology. And you know what Jehovah looks like? Jehovah looks like a personality with 8 hands, with different weapons around him, and he's riding on a chariot on a bird called cherub. And this particular form is appearing in Srimad Bhagavatam 4th canto. I can show you that form. 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is showing that particular form, where Lord have 8 hands with a bird. So this bird is nothing but a Garuda, and that is the Jewish concept of God. So here is that beautiful form. Can you see 8-headed form of the Lord with riding on a bird? So why I'm saying this? Because our literature is not speculation. Our literature is not our imagination. Things are very clear. Today only I was reading that in most of the theologies, this form of Lord is missing. If there is no form, how you're going to develop a relationship? How you're going to love a person without a form? So therefore, we are actually blessed, and we are actually fortunate to have this philosophy where things are very crystal clear. things are very, you know, very close to us. Ashish, I hope that I answered some of the point that you have taken.
Okay, now I can understand. Yes.
And last point I want to add that, see, again and again I'm talking this thing. When we are saying that Lord is saying these words, Lord is saying these words. See, any motivation can be given by any mundane person. Anyone can speak big words, but there will be some faults. All the conditioned souls have faults. Our senses are limited. We make mistakes. We cheat. We are in illusion. A person who is illusioned, whose senses are imperfect, who is conditioned, can he give perfect knowledge? No.
No.
But because Lord means he is above all these defects, and therefore his words are perfect. And see, we want to learn big things. It's true. But who has created the entire cosmos? His words are the biggest. Because he knows every nook and corner of this creation. Because he's the one who has designed it. And everyone is taking some of the other things from him and presenting it. So why not refer to him directly? And that is the beauty of our Bhagavad Gita. So we need to refer to Bhagavad Gita because it is spoken by the Lord directly. And because he is the creator of the entire cosmos, he knows everything. And therefore he is the best motivational speaker. I'll conclude my words. Do you know what is the meaning of this word Jana Gana Man Adhinayak Jaya Hai? So today I'll be telling you what is the real meaning of this word. Jana Gana Man Adhinayak Jaya Hai. Jana means people. Gana means the citizens. Jana Gana Mana means the mind. So Jana Gana Man Adhinayak Jaya Hai. Jaya Hai means all glories. All glories to whom? All glories to the Adhinayak. Adhinayak, the word Adhinayak means hero. So all glories to the hero of the mind of people of this country. Okay, Jana Gana Mana Adhinayak Jaya. And then question comes, who is the hero? Who is the Adhinayak of the mind? मन का हीरो कौन है? सबके मनों पे राज करने वाला, सबके दिलों पे राज करने वाला कौन है? अधिनायक कौन है? Who is that hero? Then Rabindranath Tagore is writing, Bharat Bhagya Vidhata, one who has transformed the destiny of Arjun. Arjun is called Bharata in Bhagavad Gita. Yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati bharatah. So one who has transformed the destiny of Arjun, he is one who is the Adhinayaka, the hero of the minds or hearts of this people of this country. And you know what? Where he is glorified? He is glorified the entire peninsula. Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravid, Utkal, Bengal. Punjab means the northern province of Punjab. Sindh, Gujarat he's celebrated as Lord Dwarkadish. Maratha is celebrated as Lord Panduranga. Dravida, Srirangam, Tirupati, Dravid Kshetra, South India. Utkal, Jagannath, Bengal. So he's glorified everywhere. Tav Shubha Name Jage. Everybody gets up in the morning, takes his name. Tav Shubha Ashish Mange. So Ashish, Ashish means blessings. From whom we desire blessings. Gaye Tav Jaya Gatha. And everybody is singing his glories. And again he's reminding Jana Gana Mangala Dayak Jaya. One who he's giving auspiciousness to the people of this world, people of this country. Blessings. Mangala Dayak. Who is that? Again reminding Bharat Bhagya Vidhata, who transformed the destiny of Arjun. Arjun was not ready to fight. Arjun was he was just giving up. He was not ready to fight. He was, as he saw his kinsman, he was running away. But then Krishna transformed his destiny. He spoke such motivation that the destiny of Arjun and the destiny of this entire earth planet was changed. Bharat Bhagya Vidhata. Let all glories to be him. Jaya hai, Jaya hai, Jaya hai. So this is how Rabindranath Tagore is. There is a debate for whom Rabindranath Tagore has written this national anthem. Actually, Rabindranath Tagore has written this national anthem glorifying Lord Krishna. So he is the greatest motivational speaker, Lord Krishna, who has transformed the destiny of Arjuna. Bharat Bhagya Vidhata. So therefore we must refer to his words. Okay, Ashish, I hope that I have tried to satisfy you. I don't know
Yes, Prabhuji.
how
Yes.
much I'm
Now
satisfied.
I am cleared a bit. I am satisfied with you, and well, I am cleared a bit. Still, I'll try what I can speak to you. I'll try my best to convey it,
Sure.
but
And
I'm
as
satisfied.
as we chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So as we chant the holy name of the Lord, gradually this realization becomes perfect. Okay. So therefore, this chanting process is very important. So I'll request you all to take this chanting process very seriously. Okay. So thank you all very much for your time and patience. Hare Krishna. So we'll see you next week. Hare Bol. Hare.